Welcome to round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of May 30th. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Terri Morrow.
Hello.
And Nicole Eridix.
Yeah.
As moms of teens and young adults, we've survived those little kid days, yet we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today's Thursday, which means it's time to give into our obsessing, and today we are obsessing about grudges, which basically are a form of obsession, right?
Yes.
So, grudges, do you hold them? Do people hold them against you? Do you worry that people hold them against you? Terri, what happened?
Well, I do a lot of telling myself that the thing I think that people are mad at me about is all in my head and nobody remembers anything, and that stupid thing I did, they've forgotten that by now. Stop worrying about it. What is the matter with you? But then the other day, my husband and daughter and I went to a communion breakfast at our church, and it so happened that a couple that we knew mostly a long time ago, the woman was in the singles group that my husband and I met at, and there was a time, my husband and I, for a while, for many years, gave at least a couple of parties a year, and she was not in the original party group, but there was a point, I think after she got married, that we invited her and her husband to our parties for 3 or 4 times, and then we stopped for no reason I could particularly think of, but ostensibly because I couldn't find her email address, but really I could have gotten her email address. So I don't remember at this point. This is like 10 or 15 years ago that we no longer invited them. I've always felt, a little bad about it, but not real bad. And I tell myself, oh my gosh, it was so long ago. If they were upset then, surely that's water long under the bridge. So we saw her at this breakfast. Hadn't seen her for probably since the last party that she was at. Had not seen her for quite a while. So, it's nice to see you. We haven't seen each other for so long. We're chatting about one thing or another. And at some point, she brings up the fact that we stopped inviting her to parties. And I'm like, well, I apologize. I don't really remember why. I remember that I did. I don't remember why, but I apologize. And she said, that's okay. Then she proceeds to tell me how bad my parties were. And they were cliquey. And nobody was talking to her. And I'm thinking, well, that's pretty
Yes.
But I'm gracious about it and okay. And she just, said a few things that made it seem to me like she was really pleased with herself for nailing me with this grudge. Surely she hadn't been actually holding it. Maybe it just came up again when she saw me, but she said, you said it's been so long since we saw each other, but that's because of you. Something like that. And so now do I have to, all these things I've been telling myself that people forgot that I did that was not nice, they're all remembering it? I can never go to a communion breakfast again because I'll be like... at one point the 3 of us were going to sneak out before the speaker, just because we wanted to sneak out before the speaker, and we kind of came up with an excuse, and she kind of skewered it, and I'm sure she thinks we were trying to sneak out because I was so upset that she had called me on my terrible offense.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm in a little bit of a tailspin about that. I'm sure she would be very happy to know that I'm recording a podcast about this. You scored, babe.
You are
good
paying your penance right now.
I am paying my penance. I just was too dumbfounded to really defend myself. And I always feel in situations like this that the best thing is just to apologize and move on if it's not that important to you. But it was just so weird. It really took me aback. And now I am worried about who else has a grudge against me and is just waiting for their opportunity to say. You remember that time at our 10th reunion when you didn't want to sit at my table because maybe there was somebody more interesting? I still remember that.
I still remember that. Or remember when your daughter was in preschool?
I'm a flawed person, and I can think of a lot of I think all the time of stupid things I've done in the past. Should I take out a newspaper ad and say, I'm sorry, please let go of your grudges, it's not healthy.
Please forgive me. I have no idea what I did, but I'm sorry.
Or maybe I do, and I just hope that you had forgotten it by now. Because it's don't you do that? You say, it's silly. That's silly. Why am I worrying about that? That's silly. Nobody remembers that anymore.
Yes, of course.
What if they do?
I feel like this woman was an outlier.
Yeah, well, she had earlier on in the conversation talked about how she holds grudges against people who don't call her back or who don't call her or only contact her on Facebook and all. So she has a full and rich grudge life.
Yes, apparently.
But I mean, like, I hold grudges, but I don't actually say them.
Would you nail somebody when you saw them 10 or 15 years later? You remember that thing you did?
I would do something more passive aggressive.
You would just drop a hint that you were having a party.
Like I would. Yeah. But I mean, because I'm pretty. Yeah, I don't get over things very easily.
Yeah. I mean, I hold grudges too. And I do sometimes think in my head of if I ever saw those people again, what I say. By the way, that thing you said to me has haunted me to this day, and I don't appreciate it. There's a couple of school people I would like to, but I know 100% that they have no idea. A week later, they would have had no idea what I was upset about, even though I have told many people about
excellent
what they did.
good reasons.
Wow.
So yeah, I have child-related grudges, absolutely, on behalf of my poor defenseless children. Who at 2.5, I sent
good
to the
thing
store
you're
with
there.
squeaky shoes. No, that somebody could have held a grudge over, but not. But no, it was school-related stuff, and I just, why would you say that? Why would you do that? What is the matter with you? But probably I'm never going to see them again. They better hope.
Wow.
Anyway,
I'm holding a grudge over being like COVID shamed.
Oh.
Like the summer of 2020, I hosted an event outside.
Yes.
And I was publicly told, well, I'm not coming because I am not here to get COVID. And I was like, first of all, that was mean to me. Yeah. The person who was organizing this. And to anybody else who had already RSVP'd that they were coming. Because it was like, you're all idiots. What are you doing? Yeah. So I did not appreciate that. No. Just decline. Like, you do not need to give your obnoxious reason.
Absolutely.
Like, ugh. Yeah. I didn't. And I'm still mad, as you can tell.
Nurse that grudge.
Yes.
Pat it on the head every night. I explore my grudges in the shower often, and I rant to the people who I probably will never see again. So see, I'm really no better than this person who read me out, except I just do it remotely.
I mean, I don't think I could ever say something, like
I know,
if I were in her shoes, I would just be, well, first of all, I do think I would probably have forgotten it.
Yes, I just cannot believe she would not have forgotten it.
Yeah. But even if I hadn't, I would have just been fake with her.
Yes.
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 I could see her saying, are you still having those parties like you used to? I could even see her saying, yeah, we really didn't enjoy it when we went. But to both diss me for not inviting her and then diss the party, pick one. I'm upset that you stopped inviting us to your horrible parties.
Your horrible parties that I hated anyway.
I mean, there's a special art to that kind of grudge holding.
Yeah.
I tip my cap. By the way, listeners, if you hear rain in the background, it is because it is beating against my windows here in New Jersey.
I can hear it.
A grudge.
Very wet. There may be thunder at some point. I am not actually podcasting outside. I'm just saying there's a lot of water hitting my windows.
Wow. That's very therapeutic.
Just
something that people with grudges might want to take
Yes,
advantage
we'll just
of.
be silent for a moment. You can just listen to the rain.
Let it wash away your feelings of negativity toward another person.
I feel better having confessed to...
we don't think you deserved that.
I don't know, maybe I did. But it still was unsettling This isn't bothering me at all. I'm not hanging on to it at all. I'm over it.
Now you're going to hold a grudge because she aired
I really
her
don't want to
grudge.
give her the satisfaction of having bothered me this much. I probably should not have even proposed this topic.
Wow, maybe you just need to go and
She speaks up for herself.
listen to your
That's one thing
listen to your
say.
rain and relax, Terry.
I do.
We will
Listen to the rain.
we'll release you.
Say, you're a terrible person. You're a terrible person. No. You're a bad host.
Next time, don't disinvite people or don't have a party to begin with.
Yes. Well, I told her we had stopped having parties entirely.
Yeah.
So no snub down.
Well, that's it for today's round 4. Tune in tomorrow when we'll share our roundabout of things we've been using or enjoying lately that we think deserve a shout out. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page or on Twitter, where you will find us at Roundabout Chat.